Well, the burning question this week is, why is your voiceover demo not getting noticed? We'll find out next on this week's DOESN Directive. Hello once again, Bill DeWeese from voiceoverrevolution.com. And of all of the email that I get, and I would say probably 90% of the email that I get are questions regarding building a voiceover career, the voiceover industry. I would say more questions revolve around the topic of creating a demo than any other category of question that I receive. And rightfully so, because your demo, in case you have not heard me say it before, and I take the risk of repeating myself over and over again, but I try to repeat myself on things that are really important. And that is, your demo is your lead marketing tool. It's your single most important marketing tool. So it deserves a lot of attention. It deserves lots of questions and thorough investigation. And you want to make sure that this area you're definitely doing right. Otherwise, all of your other marketing efforts won't work out also well. And I wanted to let you know quickly here up front that while, over the next 5, 7, 8 or so minutes, we will be talking about why your demo isn't getting noticed. I'm going to do a more expanded version of this video in a live webinar this coming Tuesday night, July the 22nd, from beginning at 8 o'clock Central Time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern, and again, I'll let you calculate your time zone from there. But it'll go for about an hour, hour and a half. I want to make sure we go long enough to cover all of the important things that need to be covered regarding your demo. And most importantly, this will be an interactive webinar where I'll have a chance to field your questions and answer your burning questions in regards to your voiceover demo or your voiceover demos. Now, the reason the demo is so important, as I just mentioned, it's your lead marketing tool. And let me explain further what that means. In a traditional job setting, in the corporate market, we go to get a job. What do? We send out a resume. So our resume, and then if we're fortunate enough to be called in for an interview, our resume, along with how we present ourselves, the way we dress, the way we physically present ourselves, our skill at answering questions and developing rapport with the interviewer, all of those play in to whether we get hired for the job or not. When it comes to voiceover, all of that is pretty much out the window. What happens is a prospective client or a casting director or an agent, what they do is they click the play button on your demo. And within a matter of moments, sometimes just seconds, they will know whether you're somebody that should be taken seriously or not, considered or not, for representation or for the particular job, or to even be considered to be added to a voiceover roster for a production company. So the demo is it. We don't have a chance to go in and plead our case. We don't have a chance to go in and show them through our interviewing skills how awesome we are. Our demo speaks for us. So therefore, if the demo's not working, nothing else works. So why is it that your demo isn't getting noticed? Well, it usually falls under 4 primary categories. The first is your copy. Your copy is not correct. It could be that the copy is not well written. It could be that the copy stages you to look local as opposed to national. It could be that the copy does not stretch you enough in any given direction to show the capability of your range. So copy is number 1. Number 2 is production. Production value. Production value goes beyond the voiceover, although there is production value to the voiceover itself. But what I'm talking specifically about would be the addition of other production elements, such as music, such as sound effects, as well as how things like EQ and compression and other variabilities are added to, or subtracted from your voice or from the production itself. The overall demo, it should sound like this. When somebody listens, the person who's listening should feel like they have heard you on a national TV commercial. That should be the impression that they have when they finish listening. So if the production value isn't up to that level, then that's a huge strike against you right up front. Number 3 will be your performance. And this is where people can make a really, you could have it together in every other area, and you can really trip up here. And the reason is simply is this. It is nearly impossible to get your best performance by directing yourself. And the reason is we do not hear ourselves the way other people hear us. So therefore, if you are self-directing your own demo session, chances are you will not be able to pull out of the performance what you need to showcase yourself in the light that you need to, in terms of the variability of your reads, of your voiceover, your style, your personality. And it takes somebody, a third party, who can hear you and be able to stretch you in areas that perhaps you're uncomfortable to go, just simply because you haven't done that before, or that's not comfortable for you. Because we naturally gravitate, we're like a rubber band. We tend to snap back into what's most comfortable for us. And the last thing you want is to be reading 7, 8, or 9 scripts sounding exactly the same on your demo. So the performance can be a big issue. And fourth and finally would be the formatting, the length of your demo, how many selections you put in your demo. And it depends on what kind of demo you're talking about. But let me just throw this out at you. Generally speaking, a commercial demo, and it's interesting over time, the expectations from casting directors and agencies, not necessarily everybody else, but agencies and casting directors, has been that time would become shorter and shorter. And now the general industry standard is about 60 seconds, or maybe a little bit longer, but it's certainly getting closer to 1 minute. And within that 60 to 75 seconds, you certainly want to have anywhere from 6 to 8, maybe 9 scripts, depending on how long the script is or should be, and how well you can perform within different styles and express your personality in different ways and within different contexts. But it needs to be formatted correctly, because I can't tell you how many times I've received what was called a demo from somebody that was essentially them sitting down and reading a 30-second script, and there was no production. In other words, nothing aside from their voice, and there was no additional scripts, just one script. And that, by definition, is not a demo. So these are 4 areas to look at and look at critically. By critically, I don't mean negatively, but I mean with a microscope, and make sure that you're hitting all of those points and you're doing all of those 4 major areas well. Now, again, that's the overview. Don't forget, and I invite you this coming Tuesday night, July 22nd, beginning at 8 Central Time. We'll be doing a live webinar where I'll be getting more into questions like, how long should I wait to make a demo? And by the way, let me just give you my answer to that up front: sooner rather than later. And I have many students who have thanked me and would be glad to explain to you why it's better to start earlier rather than later once you have the proper preparation. But I'll get into more detail about that. When are you ready? When do you know that you're ready? How many demos should you have, and what type of demos? Do you need to write original copy for your demos? How long should it be? How often should it be updated? That and whatever questions you want to bring to the webinar, again, this Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Central Time. To register, and you do need to register to be on the demo, or to be on the webinar about the demo, which is called Creating a Dynamic Demo That Delivers. You can simply go down into the description of this video, and you'll see a link to register. And I invite you to share that with all of your voiceover friends and throughout your social network. And again, this is your chance to ask questions and to get solid answers. I have produced thousands of commercials. I have produced many, many, many demos, and I've worked with a lot of agents and a lot of different production companies, and I can give you feedback and information from the trenches that will help you to increase your chance of getting a demo that gets noticed and creating a dynamic demo. So again, I look forward to talking to you this coming Tuesday night at 8 Central for Creating a Dynamic Demo That Delivers. Thanks for checking out this video, and I look forward to talking to you real soon.